lights. There we go. Alright. Hey, Skelly. I stayed home sick today. Trust me, the night I had it, I knew it. One of the people who pretty much watches most of my videos asked me a question about Americans, actually 2 questions. Said it was 2 things he didn't understand about the United States. Why we are compulsory about our lawns and not compulsory about our voting. I didn't quite state it like that, but well, as far as the lawn thing goes, I think people want a patch of grass to call their own and to take care of it, make it look good, as a statement of independence and I can do it kind of thing. It's a statement of freedom, like any sort of flag or a tartan or something. But the other thing, the compulsory voting, we don't have compulsory voting in the United States because the powers that be don't want it. In order for there to be compulsory voting, there would have to be some means of measuring who has and has not voted. You would have to have ID checking in place. And the reason that so many politicians don't want ID checking in place in the United States of America, and this is purely my opinion, is because there is rampant voter fraud in this country. And the way we do things right now, anybody can walk up and say, I'm so-and-so, and all I have to do is know a name, and the name gets checked off the list, and then that's it. That's as close as you get to a voter check, or a check to see if that person is who they say they are. And there are some places where you might have multiple places you can go vote, and that same name is in multiple places, and it's only checked off by hand. If there are voter ID checks in place, then people couldn't run from one spot to another and vote. There's an old saying in America, vote early, vote often. And this has been true for centuries. There really is voter fraud in this country. It's coming more and more. I think sometime soon you will see a documentary talking about voter fraud, and it'll show voter fraud in the United States of America. I remember watching a story about the voting in Iraq, and they would make people dip their finger in an inkwell, so their finger would be dyed blue for a week, but it would, they couldn't just run to the next voting place. So everybody look at it was the right index finger, but I'm holding a camera, and be able to tell that they had already voted. Another reason we don't have compulsory voting is the less people vote, the better, as far as the people who are already in power can tell you. It just doesn't pay for them to have everybody and their brother making it to the polls and voicing their opinion. The fewer people who are making their voice heard, the easier it is to lie about what that voice is saying. Yeah, so that's my opinion. So this is proof that Kelly's a cynic, whether healthy or sick, sober or not. Still a cynic through and through, even on a nice warm day. So anybody got any other questions or comments or whatever, put them in the comments and I'll see what I can do.